12 days of Beardsmas day number 3. We are back. I cannot believe we're already well into this series, but I'm loving it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, just simply show me that by hitting the thumbs up on this video right here. And speaking of that, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but every video we have a giveaway. The previous day's giveaway winner is going to be in the pinned comment on the next day's video. So if you look down in the comments, yesterday's winner is pinned down below, and you don't have to do anything if you win. The company that is featuring that giveaway will reach out to the email in which you signed up with. So just check your email, check your spam folder, but please have a little bit of patience. This is the holiday season. It is the busy season for a lot of these companies, and they have families, they've got lives. They will get back to you, I promise. Just a little bit of patience there. If you don't hear from them by like the new year, then reach out to me and I'll make sure we get everything covered, but they're amazing and I know they will take care of you guys. And today we're going to feature a historical figure, a little history lesson, wild one. But on top of that, we're going to talk about Beard Octane, and we're going to do an exclusive giveaway. Hear it? Ready? For this, which is absolutely exclusive to the series because it is all sold out. The only way you can win it is by getting one of these giveaways, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into it today. I don't know if a lot of you know about this figure, and I'm excited to go over it, even though it's a little bit like, and what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and show you. Today we're going to be covering Harold Shipman. Now, if you don't recognize the name, let me go ahead and throw up a picture. Boom. Harold Shipman? No? Okay, all right. Buckle up because this is a pretty good one. Harold Shipman is a British doctor, but he has a beard, right? We see that. And make sure, guys, on this series, if we cover some wild and crazy people, don't let that judge like what a bearded man is. They just happen to have a beard. So a British doctor, he has a beard, and he is a prolific serial killer. Yes, one of the most prolific serial killers in modern history, and I will explain, but let's go back to the beginning. Growing up, right, Harold was an athlete. He was a leader. He was really good at rugby and then long distance running, aka cross country, and he was a leader as a co-captain on those teams. People looked up to him. People liked him. And then there was a really big kind of transformational point of his life, the biggest. His mom got really sick, and he watched his mom slowly die at home, and she would have traveling doctors that would come to the home, and they would help her by giving her different shots of painkillers, and he knew she was dying, right? But he saw when he would see his mom get these painkiller shots that her pain would kind of go away and she'd have a much more comfortable life as it got towards the exit of her life. That really stuck with him and remembered that, okay? So he graduates high school. This happened, I believe, when he was like 17, 18 years old in what in America we would call high school. So he gets out of his grade school, his high school, and he ends up going to med school. He meets his wife. They have children. I think they had 4 children together, and it seems to be this beautiful life. Everyone enjoyed him. They had this family. Him and his wife stayed married till the very end, and she stayed by his side, which we'll kind of talk about full circle at the end here. But while in college, going to be a doctor, while in university, right? We got to get our lingo correct. He then gets hired to be a surgeon. He is a really well-respected surgeon until strange things start to happen, like he kept blacking out and having almost seizure-like symptoms. The other doctors thought he had epilepsy or something that was going on, when it turns out he himself was addicted to painkillers to an extreme level. He actually got arrested and had 8 different charges of drug charges, pled guilty to all of them. He was fired as a surgeon. He had a hefty fine, but they did not take away his medical license. Let that sink in for everything you're about to hear. 8 charges of drug addiction. He was writing himself prescriptions. He was forging other doctors' names. He was really abusing the system and abusing his power and status as a doctor, but they didn't take his medical license away. So after all of that, he went through the charges, paid the fees, and they said he was cured. That's the word they used, cured. He was then allowed to practice medicine. He then became a family doctor, aka general practitioner, and it was mainly with the elderly. Now, he had all ages of patients, from toddlers to the elderly, but mainly his focus was elderly women, similarly to his mom, okay? And when he was this general practitioner, what he would do is people would come in for him as a family doctor to get checkups and these things. They weren't even sick. and he started to diagnose and make up things that they had, such as cancer, really extreme conditions, and he would go to give them these shots of painkillers, and he would give them deadly, massive doses of essentially what was heroin. So they would come in and be totally fine. They would show the scenes, right, and paint this picture of an elderly lady. He would travel to their house. She'd be sitting in a rocking chair with tea, and he would give her a lethal dose of heroin. Obviously not good, right? Absolutely horrific. And to take it even worse, like I said, he would change their medical notes and say, oh, they were addicted to drugs. Oh, they had this medical condition. And then he would have the bodies cremated so they could not examine the bodies afterwards. Well, all throughout the time of doing this, 5, 10, 15 years, other doctors and coroners started to notice strange things, such as, man, why is this family doctor's death rate 10 times the one of other doctors that are in a similar position? Why is his cremation rate 200-300 times that of the other doctors and the other deaths in the area? Stuff just didn't add up until his final victim, who was an elderly lady who used to be a mayor. She had a high status in society, had a great health record, ends up dead at his hands. The family comes forward and demands explanations, and he said, well, she was addicted to heroin. And they said, no, she wasn't. That's just simply not true. And then, just like any kind of serial killer that loses touch, what really did it in for him is he changed her will to leave everything to him. The doctor of death, Dr. Shipman, Harold Shipman, ends up randomly being the doctor at her death, the last person to see her alive, and her will is changed to leave everything to him. From there, he is arrested. He is charged with a single count of murder, even though they had 215 bodies almost immediately, and now we believe it's well over 250, and who knows if it's more than that. One murder, sentenced to life in prison. He goes to prison. Now, I've actually watched videos on prisoners talking about him in prison, and they said he was very quiet. On Wednesdays, he'd go to the library to get his books. Other than that, he stayed in his cell, but they kind of had a strange respect for him because he was addicted to killing, right? And he killed the elderly, and they broke it down and said, and these were prisoners, face tats and everything. They broke it down and said if it was a teenager killing the elderly, we would call that a liberty, and we'd have problems with it, and we'd handle it. But since he was an older guy killing older people, it was okay with them, and they respected that. So he lived a peaceful life in prison until his death, which came by way of his bed sheets and the bars inside of his prison cell. All the way through all of this, immediately 15 bodies that were around his vicinity when he was arrested, accounting for 215 bodies, 250 plus that we believe his wife maintained his innocence all the way through his trial, all the way through his death, all the way to her deathbed. She truly said her husband was innocent, even though all of the records show that he did. Really, really, really fascinating case, right? When you think about things and people say, hey, if you want to be a serial killer, look at the doctors, right? Terrible, and you just start thinking about the families, you start thinking about the situations. This is one that I don't hear a ton about in the United States, but it's a really cautionary tale and a big mark in history, especially on how we approach like the medical field and medical practicing, and if you see a drug addiction and the problems that could come with that. Yeah, this one is absolutely wild. I did not know a ton about this. I believe it was actually my wife, Sam C, that recommended this one to be covered. So, at the very least, interesting. And I don't know what it is about like human psyche where we like to learn about true crime and murder mysteries and all these things, but Harold Shipman fits right in that. Heavy one, but let's go into something a little bit less heavy today, and that would be the light viscosity workings of Beard Octane. I will put on the screen somewhere. I've been putting them in different locations and been trying to like point, and then in editing, I'm like, come on, Dan. So I'm gonna put it on the screen somewhere. My affiliate discount code is DANC10. At all times, you guys can save 10% on this company. You can support the company with a sale. You can support the platform. You can support yourself with a discount. It's absolutely amazing. And like I said, I'm going to cover 4 companies 3 times around. The first time is just kind of like a general introduction into the company and what really stands out for them. And I want to hit you with 2 things about Beard Octane. And then, by the way, they are one of my very first affiliates. I've been with this company for over 5 years now. They started their company in the same month that this channel was created, which is pretty cool. But the 2 things that I want to point out. Number 1 is they have a product for every single thing your beard could need and then some. And I mean, they have body products, all swag, all this other stuff. And then the second thing is just everything they do is legit. Legit, literally top of the research, top of the game. There is nothing put out there that's like, let's try this. Let's go with this one. It is legit, and I'll give some more details on this. If you want to take care of your beard, right, let's wash your beard. Okay, well, they have a gentle wash in liquid form and bar form. Yeah, a dehydrated beard wash. Not a soap, but a beard wash. Awesome. What if I want to strip my beard, Dan? I do believe they have the best beard and body bar soap in the entire game that I have tried. Awesome. They've got beard oil. They have beard butter. They have beard balm. They have Chicago combs. They have whatever you need. They have you covered. They even designed their own heated brush and had it manufactured for them. Not just slapping a logo on it, but actually custom made to their specifications with this company. And that just kind of lends itself into the other part. When they do it, it's for real. It is going to follow all laws, all safety practices. They're going to make sure the customer service is on top of everything. It is a family-owned, family-operated company with a small core of amazing employees. But Joe and Heather own the company. Their parents work. I mean, this is something that is really in the family and built from their home to a facility that's on their property. I could go on and on and on, you guys. I absolutely love this company, the owners behind it, what they're doing, and especially the products that they have to offer. Now, let's shift over to those products and talk about the giveaway today. We're going to give away, fittingly enough, one of their 12 Days of Beardsmas boxes. These sold out way faster than they thought they would, so we only have the ones to give away, 3 of them on this series, and I believe that's all they have. They've been sold out for some time now. Now, what these boxes are pretty cool. They have 12 exclusive holiday scented beard oils. You cannot find these scents on their website. You cannot find these scents in their main lineup. And they are just for you guys, right? And they have a plethora of scent profiles. There's like 3 minty ones in there, which makes me really happy. And this is a really good size, like kind of a sample type bottle. I believe it's a 0.5. Oh, it's a 10 mil. Wow, okay. So this is a 10 mil liter. So this is roughly 1/3 of a beard oil. So when you get every 3 in here, matches up to 1 beard oil. So this is like getting 4 different solid beard oils, but with 12 different scents. Absolutely amazing, and it's in this truly perfectly made box. Now, I think the coolest thing about this, other than the slap factor, I've talked about this before, you guys know the slap factor. When you get something, it just feels dense, it just feels right. As a man, you gotta smack it here. But what I think is the coolest thing is it has all 12 of the oils on the back, and it breaks down the scent profile. So you don't even have to wonder or look at the little bottle. You just go, oh, okay, yeah. Today I'm gonna go with, let's see which one I'm gonna go with here. I'm gonna go with Comet. Brisk mint, bergamot, and festive greenery. Yep, that sounds like me. Let's go with this. So, same rules for the giveaway, guys. There's 1 link for this entire series. If you signed up, you're good on that. Check. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Most of you are. Check. Number 3, leave a comment down below answering one of these prompts. Number 1, have you had experience with Beard Octane? A lot of you have. What are your thoughts? What are your favorites? Leave them down below. Favorite product, favorite scent, what is the customer service story? Anything you want to say that you have to share about Beard Octane, put that down below. Number 2, if you haven't, what does sound good to them? If you were to browse their website, which product, which scent really stands out to you? And then number 3, do you have any questions about Beard Octane for myself or for the company? That's another easy way to enter there. So Gleam link, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. The winner will be posted tomorrow. Hope you guys are enjoying the history. I hope you're enjoying the giveaways and the spotlight of these American amazing small batch beard companies. Thank you guys for watching today. Dancy Bearded. Please stay bearded and stay positive.